Number one, we had extra dance classes, which were not in the school. But eventually it was picked up that it can actually be in a part of the school programs, dancing, because a lot of children enjoyed dancing. Then the education system then, in the 80s, started to incorporate dance, but it was incorporated under PT. I think it was physical education. Then that's how I was lured into dance, because it felt as if it is part of my schooling. It was not segregated elsewhere. It was within the corridors of our schools. Yeah, that's when I started to notice dance. Well, art is important, or it was important in my growth, because it was a safe haven for me. It excluded me from the crimes, nuendos that were happening in my community, which is Nyanga East, where I come from. There were quite a lot of political things that were happening, a lot of communications and community discomfort that were taking place then. Dance put me in Xolani Center. In those hours that I spent in Xolani Center, I was the happiest person ever. I realized that dance actually makes better community people. It makes better community leaders. It makes better youth, because you get to be centered if you're doing dance. Not only the body, here. There's something about dance that activates the brain in a particular way to always think positive, and you always want to solve problems. I think because of how the dance managed to teach us to solve our bodies in a cognitive sense. That's why I think dance is really important within the society and the educational corridors. You know, without trying to sound funny, you know, most people who had that kind of an attitude, really secluding their children from arts, secluding their children from theater, from visual arts, are the first parents to cry at the end of the day when they see the best friends of their children, how they have blossomed at the end of the day, because they forget that. They think that you just open up the book and you read and you prepared for it, and then voila, they forget the gift of dancing. The dancing helps to stimulate the other parts of the brain. Though the brain, they complement each other. But if you focus on books too much, there is imbalances that are happening right in your brain sector. But if you're playing piano and you're doing dance and you're active in sports, chances are you're gonna do well in academics. That's the bonus of having dance in schools. It will create better learners, very well coordinated learners. It will create intelligent learners. But most principals, they are not aware of this because they didn't walk that path with their children as well. If it was up to me, you know, I'll be telling all the schools that they need to have dance. Either you're not going to major in it, either if you're not going to create a career out of it. As I've said, the dance is a stimuli. The dance creates better citizens. The dance creates some balances. The dance gives an opportunity to somebody else to venture and to excel in whatever they're doing, because the dance activates different parts of the body, the muscles, the intellect as well. That's what dance does. But looking into the dance itself, you shouldn't be looking at the obsession of the physical entity that it gives you. It's not the physical part that dance gives you. It gives you physical awareness, but it gives you this awareness as well. You'll find that even if you major in architecture, I'll make an example here. We've got BA students, we've got gender and race students, we've got students that are taking mathematics as a major, but they feel that they need to take dance. Why? Dance has a way of making people sane. That's what dance does to people. So if it can be open up to everybody, no matter you're taking what subject at school, that's the bonus of it. You'll have students that will understand the subject to the core of it in many various ways. Hence, dance is part of geography. Dance is part of mathematics. Dance is part of science. You're able to take that curriculum and plant it in the dance class and make sure, for an example, make an example, geography. If you set up the different types of mountain, you've got the butte, you've got the steep mountain. You create images of that in dance, in the creative movements. What is the butte? It's a flat mountain, like a table mountain. How do you create bodies in that image? What is, you engage those subjects in dance. So I think people need to be informed that dance is not a set of steps. Dance is an interpretation of the societal behavioral system. Let me put it that way. Dance is more of a social anthropology. You learn about people when you do dance. That's the bonus part of it. My future vision of it is to open the doors to many young South Africans who having this urge of wanting to dance, but they fear because of the negativity that has been planted towards them of there's no career in dance, there's no sustenance in dance. Yes, there is. I'm the example of it. And I'm not that minute. There's quite a lot. I can calculate of that. From here to Europe, to Americas, to Japan, to China, to India, there's quite a lot of us. I will open those doors. Why? Because there is a shortage of us. There's a shortage of us. Our dance in our societies are fading steady but surely. Nobody is documenting them. We need dance researchers. We need dance writers. We need dance choreographers, the makers of dances. We need dance theorists. We need dance practitioners who make sure that they understand the changing world, whereby the world is evolving, the world is transforming. People who walk that kind of a pathway, who see to it that they're taking the dance from the 20th century to 21st century. From 21st century, another generation takes over and takes it to another century. We need those makers to be present, and we don't have to look around to search. They need to be everywhere. It must be like dancers are at the tip of our tongues. They are everywhere. They're everywhere. That's what I will endorse on for the future if I had those much powers. Yeah.